Hey everyone, this is Rivera94 back again with yet another action figure review. Today we are looking at the Hasbro Marvel Legends 6-inch scale, the Infinity Gauntlet Deluxe, Thanos. So here's the front of the box showing Thanos exposed through the window. The side shows some nice art right there. And on the back side we get a nice image of Thanos on a throne with Death next to him. How amazing would this have been if he came with a throne? They could have done that, a Mega Deluxe set kind of type deal. That would have been cool. Or maybe a 2-pack with Death. That would be also cool. The read-up on the back says, the Mad Titan Thanos seizes control of the hollowed Infinity Gauntlet and wields near omnipotent power. Who can stop the vicious new Overlord? Alright, dudes and dudettes, you can find yourself one of these at bigbadtoystore.com. Links down below in the description, so check it out if you are interested. So here we have Thanos, the Mad Titan, out of the package. And this is a cool little release. We have gotten plenty of Thanos already before, but this is a more classic, definitive take on it, in my opinion. For me, I think this will take the lead in being the best Thanos in my collection. The previous one was the Walmart exclusive Thanos, which we'll take a look at side by side, of course. But this is kind of an all-new sculpt. I think this is different. I don't think I've seen this before. If they have produced this sculpt on another figure, let me know. But I don't think we have received this one yet. With that being said, we got a new head sculpt, 2 new head sculpts, and even a new hand sculpt, Gauntlet sculpt, for an alternate option to display him with. Right now, this is how he comes out of the package. As you see, he's got a pair of fists right now without the gauntlet on the left hand here. We also get the open, kind of evil laughing face attached. And then here's the backside right there. Here's a bit of a closer look at the figure. You can see some more of that nice shading that the figure has. It actually has some different shades of blue, which makes it that much better. Definitely will take this over just a normal, boring blue paint job. So I appreciate the shading on the entire blue of the figure here. The gold parts of the figure is just a goldish marbleized plastic, which works for me. I'm fine with that. And then the head sculpt's pretty darn nice. Let's pop this off and take a closer look. So here's a closer look at that head sculpt. I like it. It's pretty cool. And then our alternate head sculpt is going to be this bearded Thanos with almost like a crown helmet here. So I don't know where this is from. You guys can school me and educate me on which comic this is from right here. But I think it looks pretty cool. And of course, we get gauntlet hands. So we get our standard grabby, evil posing hand here, and then we get something new, snapping of the fingers hand, which is probably the hand everyone's going to pose this thing in. So I like that a lot. Look at that. Pretty cool. And just to show you guys, he has that ball jointed peg here. No hinge. And then here's a look at him with the bearded head sculpt attached in. That's pretty cool, man. I'm digging it. And here's a look at him with the gauntlet hand attached. It's also worth mentioning that unlike the Walmart exclusive, the gauntlet forearm piece does not come off, and also this piece on his shoulders / chest does not dangle around and come off like that one did. So that was very annoying on the previous one. This time around it's molded. I appreciate that. I like it because we're not going to take that off, so it's good. And then here we have our snapping of the fingers. I really appreciate that they included this hand, something new there. So real quickly, we'll take a look at our articulation for this new Thanos figure. As I mentioned before, we have that ball jointed peg on the neck. He does look up about this high. He won't look up and down as much as he would have with a hinge. Looking down is pretty much non-existent there. He just looks straight forward, left and right on the head. Some head tilting action right here. Arm's going to go forward. Now this thing doesn't remove, but it still bends around enough where you can still move the arm up and not prevent him from doing that movement. But I'm sure if you leave this pose like this for months or days, that's gonna warp like that, and I don't think you want that. So that's one thing to note there. I don't think anyone's gonna pose him with the arms up, but I don't know, you never know. In and out on the arms there, we have a bicep swivel. That's pretty stiff on mine. There you go. And then we have single jointed elbows. They don't bend at a 90-degree bend. That's all you're going to get. He's pretty beefy, so it is what it is. There's a swivel at that elbow, swivel at the wrist with a hinge. Ab crunch goes forward and back. clicks like crazy too, as you can hear. Side to side, there's a swivel at the waist. There's a separate piece here that moves around. Really doesn't make a difference there in terms of hindering or not hindering. Doesn't move too much. So the legs go that much forward. Doesn't go all the way up. He's not going to touch his toes or anything, but we don't need him to. In and out on the legs about that far. And then we have a thigh swivel, double jointed knees. We do not have a boot cut, which would have been a nice spot to put it. Pretty big too. There's a hinge at the ankle and a rocker at the foot right there. Alright, so first up, I'll put him next to the Walmart exclusive Thanos, which is actually just a repaint of the original Build-A-Figure Thanos, which I'll get in here next. It's just a different paint, it's the same figure. But this was the one I really enjoyed, and I've had displayed as my definitive Thanos for the longest, and I think it's going to definitely get replaced by this Thanos over here on the left side. Not to say that it's not good anymore, it's not obsolete, it's still a great figure, I'm still going to keep him. But definitely the new classic Thanos over here is my favorite right now. We have him with the Build-A-Figure one, which his chest is kind of extended out a little bit there. Height's pretty much the same, as you see, it's the same figure as the one I just previously showed, it's just different paint job. This would be my least favorite Thanos of the three for sure. So another issue that these two had was a little bit of a loose torso ab crunch right here. That's not existent on the new one, thankfully. And then like I mentioned earlier, this is a separate piece that dangles around if you move the arms up, which gets annoying, and it actually pegs onto his shoulders. So here's a quick look next to a Iron Man. This is the 80th anniversary Iron Man. And I believe that if they were still doing the 80th anniversary releases, that this Thanos would have been part of that. I think it would have fit in so well. So this is a head swap between the Walmart exclusive Thanos and the new body here, and it does not fit, unfortunately. This Thanos, or the Walmart Thanos, comes with two heads that are different from what comes with this Thanos. We get a neutral head here without teeth showing at all. And this would have been a cool head sculpt to have. Always cool to have just a normal neutral face along with some more facial expressions and other emotions that we can portray in head sculpts. But as you can see, it doesn't fit the peg. The peg is actually too big for the peg hole in the head. So that's going to be the same deal with the alternate head for that Walmart exclusive Thanos, which has the teeth smiling, which is different from that new one. Overall, the head is bigger on the new Thanos proportionally, and scale is bigger. So one thing I do want to play with is if they were to ever make a throne in scale with this, or maybe somebody would make a custom throne, can we use this figure to sit down on it? And this thing actually hinders a lot, but you can kind of get him to sort of sit down. It won't be perfect though. The throne would really have to be custom made for this figure. If this thing was removable, I think it would allow for a little bit more movement for him to sit down more properly. But I think some people would be able to pull it off. It's just going to be a little bit difficult. So at the end of the day, I feel like this Thanos is a great Thanos. But I do wish he came with a normal face. You either have to pose him like this or with the bearded head. And that's it. Not a major gripe, but just something, you know. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to conclude my review of the Marvel Legends Infinity Gauntlet Deluxe Thanos figure. If you enjoyed the review, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you have not done so already. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye.